international development. This, of course, pertains to the India-Canada standoff. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has stated that India's actions are making life very hard for millions of people in India and Canada, after Canada confirmed the withdrawal of 41 diplomats from India, adding that this will delay the visa services. Canada has called India's move, quote-unquote, unreasonable and escalatory, as New Delhi asked Ottawa to reduce its diplomatic presence in India. India has meanwhile called for parity in diplomatic presence of the Canadian delegation within the country. They had also earlier stated that Canadian diplomats are interfering in India's internal affairs. The diplomatic fallout between India and Canada was, of course, triggered by Justin Trudeau's public accusation that India had a role in the death of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and now Trudeau has come across and stated that India has violated the Vienna Convention. Let's in fact listen into what he had to say first.
The actions that the government of India took this week are themselves contrary to international law. The government of India decided to unilaterally revoke the diplomatic immunity of 40 Canadian diplomats in India. This is a violation of the Vienna Convention governing diplomacy. This is them choosing to contravene a very fundamental principle of international law and diplomacy.
All right, there we've heard Justin Trudeau make yet another claim. But joining us on the broadcast to discuss more is Colonel J.S. Sodhi, international affairs expert. Good morning and thank you for joining us on NewsX. This is a rather interesting statement by Trudeau, because India has put it on record that we've asked for parity in diplomatic presence, and we've also stated that our actions in implementing this parity are fully consistent with Article 11.1 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. So, and now Trudeau has come out and made this statement. Is he becoming a laughingstock in the world because his plan to malign India, ambush India, has clearly failed?
Jai Hind, Pia. It's my honor to be on a news channel. If millions are going to suffer in Canada and India, it is because of Canada and Justin Trudeau, who on 18th September this year put false and baseless allegations on India. Till date, India has been asking for evidence, and not an iota of evidence has been given by Canada to India. So if millions are going to suffer, it is Canada and in specific Justin Trudeau who should take the entire blame and not put the blame on India or anyone else. You are right, Pia. Canada under Justin Trudeau has become a laughing stock internationally. Till 1980, Canada was regarded as a peaceful and a cool country where many migrants would go and settle. But things changed in 1980 when Justin Trudeau's father, Pierre Trudeau, became the Prime Minister. He started giving asylum to the Khalistanis and the jihadis who were on the run from their respective nations. And since 1980, Canada has become the hotbed of terrorism. And now with such baseless allegations being put by Justin Trudeau on India, it is for certain that the reputation of Canada as an international power has gone down, and they are nothing more than a laughing stock.
Indeed, sir. And sir, stay on with us, because we are addressing, in fact, another development this time pertaining to what the US has expressed with regards to Trudeau's statement and the diplomatic standoff. The United States has expressed concerns over the departure of 41 Canadian diplomats from India and has urged the Indian government not to insist on reducing Canada's diplomatic presence. The US has insinuated that it expects New Delhi to uphold its obligations under the 1961 Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. The United States has further urged the Indian government to cooperate in the ongoing Canadian investigation over the killing of the Khalistani terrorist Najjar. So this is of course the latest, and in fact the statement had come across from Matthew Miller, who is the US State Department spokesperson. The United States also chiming in, expressing its stance, but still with us is Colonel J.S. Sodhi, international affairs expert. So what do you make of the US jumping in and taking this stance?
Priya, the stand of USA is on the expected lines because USA has no option but to side with Canada in everything. For the simple reason that on the southern border of USA is Mexico, which has tilted totally towards Russia and China. And in case Canada, which is on the northern border of USA, also tilts towards Russia and China, because if it gets angry with the US, bonhomie with India over this issue, it can create enormous problems for USA. Hence, USA is playing by the book. It is looking at its own selfish interests as always, and it is siding with Canada. But India has done absolutely the correct thing. Article 11.1 of the Vienna Convention for Diplomatic Relations 1961 clearly states the action which India has taken, and India is absolutely correct in this regard.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.